Greetings and salutations, my name is JW608 and today I am playing StarMade. And I have just spent the last 30 minutes fighting with my factory, and I don't want to do that anymore. So today I'm going to take a suggestion from, I forget who, but I want to, and it's something I need to do, is to spawn in all of my fleet to see exactly what I have. So let's see, we have the cutter, missile boat, and the Nebula frigate. Let's see, what else do we have? Don't think we have anything. Yeah, nothing there. We also have my ambulance, the battleship that's going to be cranky for a moment, the big door freighter. Which one's the right one? I have two big door freighters. All right, we're going to use that one then. The box shuttle. 32 meter. I wonder if that's 32 million. Let's float in a Corvette, the cutter, the destroyer, escape pod, not the freighter frame, a frigate, our Inferno class frigate. We already got the missile boat, Nebula frigate, police transport, a royal freighter, pull that in, square fighters, a square fighter carrier, transport shuttle, utility ship. Oh, we'll pull in the yachts too. The Empress and the Guppy. And I think those are all of my ships. I also wanted to take a look at them just to see what we're going to be needing. So let's go K. Let's create a new fleet. Say, everybody. Let's go to everybody and let's add members. Let's add. I can't. Oh, I have to click on all of them. I can't just click on. Rotten, no good. All right, so let's grab everybody. Okay, and we're going to order them to idle information. Server is auto-saving. That can never be good. I don't know which one was told to be the mothership, but they are all going to try to idle information. So, let's then spawn in a... Come on. I need to clean up all this nonsense. Let's spawn in a camera drone. There we go. Well, I don't really need a camera drone, but it's fast. And here we go. Here is everybody. Information. Some of the variations of frigates I didn't bring in, but... Or freighters, not frigates. I have all my variations of current variations of frigates, not every frigate I've ever made. So we're going to go in, we're going to order the fleet to idle, so it isn't worried about being in formation. We're just going to run through them. So here is the ambulance. It has lots of white standard and red lights. I'm going to need lights, aren't I? This is just a... Well, it's a transport shuttle with red on it, and like medical stuff inside. Here is my big door freighter. It's called that because that door opens. Actually, let's F1, F8. Let's show off the big door freighter. Where's my button? There we go. Open and close the door. There we go. These doors open, and they are big doors, so it's thus the big door freighter. It's a little access way from the main. It has what a regular bunk barracks thing, transporter, a couple transporters, because originally this is was a fighter carrier, which is we'll see later on. Oh, and here's the... Let's hop out of that one. One F8 into the ambulance. It is just a shuttle, basically. Let's get there. Not real big. There's a bathroom. A non-standard bathroom, and you can open that to get down here to a few medical beds and easy access doors and stuff. There we go. Nothing just spectacular about it. Let's see. Who's next? I can't see anything. F1, F8. We're gonna hop into you, then hop out of you. See who's next. I don't know. We're gonna cut through the wall. You're cutting through your ship. Yeah, and and this is the 31 or 32M. I believe that stands for 32 million. So that is 32 million cargo spaces, or volume of cargo it'll hold. Instead of the little elevator-y thing, it has a catwalk? Walkway across the top here. And it's the exact same ship, basically. Next up, we have our destroyer, F1, F8. I guess we could be looking at the general size and structure. There, if you're interested, you can pause those. Those were longer than this one. Let's see. This is the destroyer. I believe it's mostly missile. Yeah, we have a 100% permacloak, a scanner, and missile. Oh, it just fires 2 missiles. I thought it fired more missiles. Huh. Anyway, they're lock-on missiles. It's my cloaky, sneaky ship, and its interior is basically that of the Ember Frigate. The Ember Corvette. Sorry, not the Ember Frigate. With a slightly different outside. So it'll have this interior code red lockdown, which is standard on all my ships now. Airlock. Nope, transporter in a bathroom. Airlock's downstairs. It's been a long time since I've actually been in this ship. Just a big standard common room. Airlock. This way to downstairs. Here's my weapons and another empty room for whatever is needed. Then down here for living quarters with a handful of bunks, a crew area, and a mess. Right. Next up is the missile boat, which you've probably seen way too much of the missile boat, which I believe is one of my prettier ships. I like this thing. It's real intimidating looking. Not particularly intimidating in and of itself, but it looks intimidating. I like that. It fires with 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 12 missile volleys off the top. They're smart missiles. It has a dual barrel missile turret, along with some just basic cannon turrets. I think they're cannon. And its shields are decent-ish. Not great. It's 500,000 shields with 11,000 recharge. It's enough to do bad things to, say, a destroyer. Or that frigate over there. Freighter. It's not a frigate. And you launch all 108 missiles in a short amount of time. In fact, with the turret off, I think you can come close to yep, you can come awful close to always shooting. And it ripped apart my destroyer, although I was really trying to get this guy. And it did bad things to it, which is acceptable. And let's see what's next. Next up we have, I like this ship. F1, F8 into it. It is basically a frigate, not a frigate, a freighter. Come on, JW, use your brains. It's a freighter with special abilities. let's go up with it. Up, 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 enough up. Slow her down. Because it's a fighter launcher. Or drones, fighters, whatever. Totally expendable. Launching lights, turn on our launching lights. And launch everything. You can launch the individual. I've opened 4 quadrants. And I called it a big toaster, and it just launches my square fighters out to go seek and destroy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 10, 20, that's 40 fighters it launches? No, 20 fighters. It's 10 on each side. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 10 on each side, or 10 on each rack. And one shoots out to the port, one shoots out to the starboard. And it fires these little square fighters, which I kind of like. See what's next. Next is that transport shuttle, which is basically just the ambulance with all the medical stuff ripped out. The same as my prison transport, basically. Here's my fancy yacht. It's not a combat vessel. My little yacht is not a combat vessel either. Let's see. That guy's the next neat one. Well, the yacht is neat, but it's the yacht. The Empress class. Alright. Oops. I didn't want to turn off that. I wanted to go there. F1, F8. This is my utility vehicle. Plug these into larger ships. They have repair beams and tractor beams? Yeah. Tractor beam and a Astrotech computer repair beam, basically. So you can use it for repairs as a tank cargo thing to put blocks in for repairs. And it has lights. You can turn the beacon and the lights on. Yeah. For some reason I'm moving. There's a close-up of the square fighter, which is basically a huge chunk of systems saran wrapped in very standard, and it fires a single homing missile that is not strong enough to kill a utility ship. Well, it'll do bad things to it. Let's try that with that guppy. Yeah. I think this one is set up so it can continuously fire. Next up is my Royal Freighter. And this is an iteration of the Ice Queen, basically. Just a multi-purpose freighter. You can dock a cargo thing here as a, the door switch go. It's it right there. Oops. There. Oh, no. There. Okay, shouldn't have that opened the door. Oh, okay, I guess not. Anyway, it says cargo space in here. It's sort of like my Falcon. Some bunks, with all the lights turned off. Some bunks, it's just standard bunks. Standard living quarters. Well, not standard, substandard living quarters. Airlock, and I think that's a spare room. Whee! Although I do have lots of overly complicated logic in this. Like, we can use a hitch, we can force undock the hitch, we have cargo doors, we have 75-degree mode for debugging, we can toggle the cargo door, we can force dock the forward, we can do landing gear and all that jazz. Cool, huh? Oh, there we go. And I broke the landing gear. Or broke the door. overly complicated, like I said. Next up is... what are you? Are you the... You're the Nebula class frigate. This is my newer frigate. I like this one. Nebula because they spread the innards out so they aren't all compacted. I like the front on this one. I did better on the front. This was an experimental ship. It is not the strongest, but it is the coolest looking. Well, externally anyway. I don't even remember the internals of this vessel. I think it was a couple hallways. Yeah, it's a couple hallways and some okay, yes, the 2 elevators going down to the docks, 2 docks, and I think that was basically it. And then everything else was on this hallway, if I recall. And a maintenance room. There we go. Yeah, and I had this hallway that snuck around. Oh, no. There was another area. It went down. It's been a long time since I worked on this vessel, and this was the living quarters. Right. And it was armed with damage beams and port and starboard homing missiles. Good old broadsides. This here, F1, am I in? Nope, I'm in flight mode. Let's get out of flight mode. F1, F8. This here is the Inferno Frigate, a heavy hitter. This was designed to be a siege weapon, to park at a space station and just destroy stuff. And it was not very pretty. I had probably just need to rip the front off that and glue it on this one. Well, I do like that part. Why did I greeble that? That's neat. Anyway, yep, that's what this is. It's the siege platform. I don't even remember weapon. Yeah, a cannon, missiles, and this looks like a straight cannon. Okay. And I can turn on and off the turrets. Shield turrets. These guys, they're probably beams designed to shred shields. Right? Well, this one had the fancy force fields and escape pods. I've just launched all the escape pods. Right. Next up, we have the cutter. Fate. It looks like we have 2 cutters. No. Why did he give my outline funny? Anyway, here's the cutter. This probably packs more punch than it should. I was just playing with designs and greebling. I wanted to do something different, so I did something different. And can we... there we go. Oh, no. Those aren't all connected. Where is... There. So now it looks all scary-like. All right. We can turn that one off. This one is here to line up the camera. So when you come to the camera and you're flying this vessel, you can come down and say, that is center. That block right there is center. Hit P, turn that off. So now when you shoot, it'll go to the center. Because having the camera up at the top's a little funky. Somebody said this looks more like a pirate vessel, and I think I agree with it. So it's probably in the privateer corps. And it has a fairly substantial damage beam computer and a little missile. Here, let's see. We hit our Inferno Frigate. It doesn't do much to the Inferno Frigate. Whereas the Inferno Frigate has 2.2 million shields. This thing only has 250,000 shields. And it will hurt that. I don't remember, can it? Yeah, the Nebula class only has a million shields. And it will eventually wear it down, as you can see, but it's not real quick about it. although a pack of cutters will shred a Nebula class frigate. I'll hop out of that one and go to my Ember class Corvette. This guy is built 100% for speed. Even has a non-standard nose. It does have a couple piddly weapons, but not really. And a scanner, I think. Yeah, scanner. And a jump drive. But this thing was built primarily for speed. It has the exact same interior as the destroyer we saw first or earlier. Yep, exact same, just the outsides are different and has far less weaponry. Which leaves us with the Battleship. Uh-oh. There we go. Got cranky. The Battleship, it's mostly finished. In fact, it probably is going to get updated, upgraded, replaced after the Nebula Frigate. After the Nebula Frigate, I've learned so much that everything before it is not good anymore. Oh, that's right. I glued a handful of fighters just to the bottom. That looks horrible. And this thing basically has a little city inside of it. Let's see. There's a garden, a basketball court, and all types of fun stuff. See, here's the garden. I come down this way. Is it down here? It's cargo. Hold on. It is a hospital built into it, and all types of this room that I really needed to do something better with. Here's my scary room for the faction module. And a maze of tunnels to get from the front to back. Although it does have this really cool elevator-y thing. Let's see, and it uses shootout rail. Tashara taught me how to do this. It uses shootout rail to move this platform. I'm in build mode following it, and I can barely follow, or barely keep up with it. Uh-oh. Oh, server auto-saved and threw everything off. And it even has a Ember class Corvette parked in the back, slightly modified, because it has a hangar door button that is wired up so it this turret panel slides all the way back and allows the ship here to exit. Let's see if we can't. There. And see the shootout rail or the pickup rail. This thing comes all the way back and then pushes the Corvette up and into place. Now this thing is horribly impractical, uses way too many blocks. It was an RP toy, basically. I think I can do better. Well, I know I can do better. That's the whole point of me playing StarMade, is I can do better. So this one is probably going to get retired. The Inferno class frigate will probably be retired as well. We're going to probably build another battleship that is less designed for pleasure, so no gardens, no basketball courts, things like that. There we go. Why is it dancing? Because that block didn't turn right for some reason. That's why it's dancing. Okay. But still allows for him to get out. Right. That was kind of fun looking at all these ships. But as I said, this battleship is going to be retired more than likely, because I hate refitting and remodeling ships. So it's going to be retired. I'm going to rebuild it better. Let's see. The Inferno will probably be retired. The cutters are definitely staying. I like my square fighters. They're gonna stay. The smaller ships, the Corvette, it was built for speed and it does its job just fine. The freighters are fine. And let's see, the destroyer, that's the other one that may or may not stay the way it is. I might rebuild the destroyer into something that isn't based on the Corvette. But there we go. That is my fleet so far. That's terrible. Broken. Anyway, I have been GW608. This has been a fun little trip down memory lane. And each of these vessels were built on camera for the most part. So you can go back through the logs. There's a way to search my channel somehow and search for whatever, and you can watch me build them. Although I think I did large chunks of the Battleship off camera, but that's probably for the best. Anyway, I have been JW608. This has been StarMade, and I will do you cats later. Probably go back to the factory now that I'm a little calmer.